Man, I haven't reacted to a Patrick CC video in a minute. You know, we love Patrick CC around here, you feel me? We got how the most hated 7th grader got revenge. I guess we starting to roll the intro now, so we gonna roll the intro and get right into it.
It is a blog post that was lightly poking fun at a silly song made by a 7th grader turned dangerous when a group of internet scum orchestrated an attack known as Operation Black Friday. The hackers doxed Rebecca, releasing her home address, parents' work addresses, and the information for the middle school she attended, along with a copy of its calendar and a map of the campus, knowing exactly where she will be and when. The plan posted to 4chan's B-board read, "Here are some simple orders. 12 p.m. EST, start calling the school with all of the numbers and tardy bull. Fax as many nudes of anything, girl horse for example, and put Rebecca's name on it. At 1 p.m. EST, DDoS Arc Music Factory. At 3 p.m. EST, start requesting her Sorry Excuse for music on the radio." As if her life being in danger wasn't hard enough on the young girl, Rebecca Black's song Friday was the catalyst of relentless cyberbullying. It briefly became the #1 most disliked YouTube video of all time, and was widely regarded as the worst song and video ever made. This is the story of how the entire internet attacked a 7th grade girl, and how she ultimately got her redemption. 13-year-old Rebecca Black was initially inspired by—
That's not crazy though. Over a song on the internet, y'all did all of that? That's insanity.
her classmate Alana Lee, who released a song and professional music video called Butterflies. Now, Rebecca had been singing and dancing in school talent shows and musicals since she was a toddler. Therefore, the idea of making a music video sounded like a fun new experience. Becca went home and asked her mom if she could make one like her classmate, so they reached out to the company who produced the Butterflies video, Arc Music Factory. Arc Music was owned and operated by Patrice Wilson, who would ultimately create the viral song that turned Rebecca's life upside down. Making terrible pop songs for little girls was not Patrice's first choice as a career path. He started a record label but didn't have money to give artists for recording and marketing costs. Instead, artists would pay him using Arc Music as a gateway to the entertainment industry. For a couple $1,000s, Arc Music would write a song, get a studio, produce the song, take photos, record a video, and even submit all of that to more legitimate labels. However, Patrice soon realized his company primarily attracted one specific group: fame-hungry teenagers and their parents who could afford to risk the multi-$1,000 investment. The first audition was more like, what the heck is going on? These are all kids. We tried to go with being selective, but when you're also starting a business, we can't be too selective. Despite the young teens being his only clientele, he always managed to fit himself in the videos, whether he was just acting, singing background vocals, or rapping his own verse. It's almost like he saw Ludacris jump on Justin Bieber's song Baby, which earned over 1 billion views, peaked at number 5 on the Billboard Hot 100, and sold over 10 million units, and crafted his entire business model to try to recreate that moment. Now, Rebecca's mom just wanted to support her daughter's passion, so she paid the $4,000, and Patrice seemingly slapped together something that was good enough to fulfill the excitement of a 13-year-old girl.
Then they sent me, it was called It's Friday at the time, and I was just like, cute. Okay, whatever. Nobody's gonna see this, like, let's run it, you know?
They recorded the song, then filmed the music video at Rebecca's house with all of her real friends to make her more comfortable on camera, and Rebecca said the experience was pretty normal.
It wasn't really like this big glamorous ordeal or anything like that. I had gone to Forever 21 to pick out my outfit the day before. I had invited a few of my friends. I thought that would be a lot more fun. I remember doing that performance shot, not knowing what to do with my arms. So I think if you watch the video, like, I'm just standing and dancing like this for the whole time, which, God, it was a fun day.
Rebecca didn't hear anything back from Patrice for a few weeks after the shoot. She never got to see a rough draft or make any creative decisions on the video edit. The first time she saw the video was when it was uploaded to YouTube on February 10th, 2011.
That's not crazy?
What did you think of the song and the video and everything at first?
I ain't gonna lie, I'll be damned if I record a damn song, music video, and all that, and I ain't got no input on nothing in the video, and I don't even get to see the video before it actually goes, and I see it when everybody else sees it. Fuck out of here. What the hell?
I think I was probably more concerned about, like, myself than anything.
Yeah.
Like, I was so hyper-focused on, this is what I look like on camera, and just picking my own self apart, and like, I look a little awkward there, and like, because this was never meant to be like this is my pop star debut.
Yeah.
Like, I was literally just on my own vibe. Like, I didn't really consider it to be something that was going to be seen by a lot of people. So
yeah. Becca got to show her friends and classmates the video, and it just seemed like it would be a cute memory for her to look back on. The video got 4,000 views in the first 28 days, but on the 29th day, Rebecca's world was about to come crashing down. But first, a quick word from today's sponsor, Aura.
I don't care.
Aura monitors my records to alert password. These company number might as well work for you. To find out, Comedy Central star Tosh.0's blog with the title "Songwriting Isn't for Everyone." At the time, the Tosh.0 website was
a dick,
visitors,
yo, that's
was just
crazy.
enough traffic to start this viral storm. The blog post was merely criticizing the song's terrible lyrics, even acknowledging that she did not write them, which was true. It was written entirely by Patrice Wilson, and to be fair, the lyrics are pretty bad. The song is essentially about an average middle school girl's life on a Friday, waking up in the morning, eating cereal for breakfast, going to the bus stop, seeing your unlicensed
I'm not even gonna lie, like, let's be honest, the song was not that bad. Like, niggas was dragging it back in the day. It wasn't that bad. Especially because niggas be listening to that, what's that other fucking song? I can't remember it right now. And that shit was on the radios and all of that. So you can't listen to, damn, I can't remember the name of that song. If I remember, before the end of this video, I'm gonna say something, but yeah, the song was not that bad. Niggas was dragging it back in the
and
day.
not being confused by that, but rather not knowing what seat to take. Nobody wanted to admit it at the time, but the chorus was objectively catchy. Who doesn't love Friday? Who isn't looking forward to the weekend? However, the part where Patrice clearly exhausted the little creativity he did have was in the bridge where he had Rebecca sing, "Yesterday was Thursday, today it's Friday, we so excited, tomorrow is Saturday, and Sunday comes afterwards." And then of course he had to jump in to have his ludicrous moment. The Tosh blog poking fun at the lyrics was more than fair criticism. Others would not be so gracious, beginning to share some of the most hateful, vitriolic opinions about the young girl. There seemed to be a particular trend of telling her to die. 4 days after the Tosh...
What? That's not funny, but like, what? Alright, let's read some of these comments. Shut up and what? No fucking way. Hello, goodbye, and what? Huh? Die? What? This is not. This is like the most dragged shit I've ever fucking seen in my life.
There seemed to be a particular
let me not say I've ever seen in my life.
4 days after the Tosh blog post, the official video for Friday had 7 million views. Stories on thousands of websites and blogs, most of them sporting negative headlines such as, "Why do we hate Rebecca Black?" Rebecca Black's bizarrely bad video, and many claiming it to be the worst video or song of all time. At that point, if you typed in "worst song ever" on YouTube, her video would be the first recommended. A few days after her explosive virality, Rebecca did an interview on the morning news and shared how harsh people were treating her.
"You're so fat, and you'll never be pretty. You suck at singing. I hope you go and I think you should get an eating disorder because that'll make you prettier."
Additionally, Rebecca wanted to prove to her haters she could actually sing, since most people were critical of her monotone voice with the autotune cranked up high, but they weren't exactly impressed with her acoustic version either.
Gotta make my mind up, which seat can I take? It's Friday, Friday.
Unfortunately for Rebecca, the main...
She actually could sing though. Why was niggas on her dick so hard? Like, it's confusing me. Like, I don't understand.
Stream coverage just attracted more negative attention, sending the song into the tens of millions of views, most of which were just spamming the dislike button. There were definitely a lot of people just trolling, using her song and likeness as nothing deeper than a meme. Even deaf people said they were grateful they couldn't hear the song. However, you could imagine for a 13-year-old girl, it could often be difficult to tell the difference between harmless trolling and vitriolic bullying, especially with 4chan users doxing her and encouraging people to attack her middle school, where the countless death threats that prompted real criminal investigations. The bullying got so intense that her parents opted for her to be homeschooled, to which, of course, was celebrated as a victory for her online haters. It seemed like everything Rebecca did just amplified the hate. She appeared on The Tonight Show with Jay Leno, where she performed Friday for the first time. She was accused of lip-syncing when the backing track began before she even had the microphone in her hands, which is a totally normal practice for performers, but nobody was giving her the benefit of the doubt. At this point, the fastest way to go viral on YouTube was to simply make fun of or parody Friday. Countless YouTubers, including Nihahiga, Bart Baker, and Dashi XP, made remixes to the song.
Nihahiga used to be back in the day, yo. Is he still dropping videos? I used to watch Nihahiga all the time, bruh. Damn, that just unlocked memories. I used to watch Dashi XP a lot too back in the day. Like, Wow.
The Annoying Orange posted a Friday parody that has almost more views than the original. Several TV shows and media outlets poked fun at Black and her viral song. Conan O'Brien had a segment on his show where he made a parody of Friday called Thursday. In a less overtly mocking tone, Fox's Glee performed the cover of Friday in the episode Prom Queen. Just a couple weeks after going viral, her video officially surpassed Justin Bieber's Baby to become the most disliked video on YouTube. Patrice not only fulfilled his business—
niggas hated Baby? Niggas love that shit now. I didn't know niggas hated Baby back in the day. I know I did, because I was an avid Justin Bieber hater when I was a kid. I hated that nigga. You feel me? You know, I ain't gonna say I like the nigga now, but you feel me? This couple songs, I ain't cool, but like, I didn't know niggas hated that song. Everybody be singing that shit nowadays.
Prophecy, but he was able to one-up Bieber and Ludacris. Ironically, many celebrities were the ones who showed support for Rebecca.
More fun, pop-ups. What do you think, dude? Now, honest opinion, Chris Brown. Honest opinion, honestly, I'm never a hater. Oh, it was great. I actually liked it. I'm gonna be jamming to it on Friday. Gotta get down on Friday.
One of the most shocking supporters was television personality and record executive Simon Cowell, who is a ruthless music critic. Simon
he liked the song. Simon, out of all people, liked it. And that's crazy.
Rebecca not to listen to anyone over the age of 18. I'm being deadly serious. Whatever she's done has worked. Whether you like her or not, she's the most talked about artist in America right now. Nobody over the age of 18 should understand her or like her, so she should just do it her way. Even Lady Gaga spoke out in support of Rebecca.
So what do you think about the future of fame through YouTube?
I think it's fantastic.
I
think Rebecca Black is a genius, and anyone that's telling her she's cheesy is full of shit.
However, the main criticism that seemed to be widely accepted as fair was the notion that her parents paid for her to be a star. These people must be fame-grubbing, artistically bankrupt, déclassé narcissists. It's all so tacky. It's so sad. It's so shamefully desperate. Now, there is some nuance to be considered here. It's unfair to say Rebecca was desperate for fame, but since she was a performer since the age of 2, she did like the idea of becoming a star.
I just didn't know, like, I was like a fan of YouTube. I was a fan of like Justin Bieber and like all the things happening then. I wasn't ready for that then.
Since American media glamorizes the celebrity lifestyle, it's not uncommon for a young girl to desire the red carpets, bright lights, and fans screaming their name. She loved to perform. She loved making music. Then again, she never thought Friday would be seen by
anyone. Did she make more music other than this song? I have no idea.
She even recognized Friday was not a good song, but she also did not write it. Other critics wrote, the only thing more horrifying than Rebecca Black's terrible Friday is the sad, easily exploited longing for fame she represents. This is a better critique of the industry as a whole. Rebecca was the product of an untalented record producer who was seemingly desperate for fame. It could be argued that Patrice used Rebecca and others to get himself publicity as a viral songwriter and music mogul, someone who could make your child's pop star dreams come true. He even hosted talent auditions on Good Morning America for his next star, only for it to be a commercial for his auto-tuned microphone toy. To make matters worse, Rebecca and her mother sued Arc Music Factory for copyright infringement and unlawful exploitation of publicity rights. The original agreement was that Black would own the exclusive rights to the song since they paid the recording and production costs. But then Arc Music began selling ringtones without their permission. Selling ringtones was a lucrative business in the early 2000s, generating billions.
Now he exploiting. You know, at first, you know, game is game. He might be using them to get his little fame or whatever, which is still fucked up. That's not cool. But at the end of the day, game is game. You feel me? He's getting his bread. You feel me? Y'all getting y'all publicity. You know, it was a win-win. But when you start doing all that extra stuff and going all out on a contract to try to make money off of somebody else, and they not getting no piece of the pot, now that's definitely exploiting. I ain't gonna lie.
Of dollars annually before smartphones and streaming services took over. Customers paid anywhere from $1 to $4.99 to purchase a single ringtone. Since Rebecca was meant to own the rights to the song, all of the profits should have been going to her, but they weren't. According to an assessment made by Billboard, the 13-year-old was netting roughly $24,900 per week from track sales. The sales and streaming data actually launched the song to the number 58 spot on the Billboard Hot 100. Arc Music later even tried to charge $2.99 to watch the music video on YouTube. Patrice and Arc Music were trying to unlawfully snag whatever revenue they could. At this point, Rebecca had the worst introduction to the music industry and fame you could imagine. Most people in her position would crack under the pressure, but she did the opposite. She fought back, first by embracing the memes and making fun of the song herself.
Gotta have my bowl, gotta have cereal. That line is about consumerism. I gotta have my bowl, I gotta have my cereal. We can't live without these things in modern society, and for some people it's a mortgage, and others it's a bowl of cereal. Well, the choice between the front seat and the back seat is actually a metaphor for American foreign policy. Front seat, Afghanistan, back seat, Iraq. We gotta make our mind up.
then by fighting Arc Music to retain full ownership of her song and re-uploading it to her official YouTube channel. My mom said to me, "We can either keep it up on YouTube or take it down." I said, "No, I'm not going to give them the satisfaction of making me take it down. No, this is going to work out. I just want to let it go. Let it do its thing."
Were you guys ever able to make any money from that whole situation?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, I own the master to the song.
Okay.
I didn't write it, so I don't own the publishing, but I own.
So you own the recording. So anytime anybody used the song, you get paid. So that's nice though that you at least made a little bit of money from it. And you still are you still getting paid for sometimes people use it and
yeah, sometimes.
Nice.
Patrice desperately tried to recreate this viral moment with other young acts after Friday, but failed miserably. Rebecca then started posting YouTube videos consistently, building a real fan base of people who understood that she was just a normal girl who got stuck in an unfortunate situation.
Hold on, that's tough. She got a fish on the wall? How you even feed that or clean that shit? How? That's fire though. Nah, I'm not gonna do that.
Just
thought about
I don't want to have to like look back when I'm older and be like, wow, I wasted all the time being young, being unhappy.
She was even invited to star in Katy Perry's music video for her hit song, Last Friday Night. She continued to release singles, but none of which matched the success of Friday.
I forgot last Friday night. Now, that song was hard.
With fans believing that her debut was what caused the lack of support. If this was pushed by Disney, it would have been loved. In 2013, Rebecca teamed up with YouTuber Dave Days to release a song titled...
That is such a fact. Yo, that is such a fact. If she was a Disney artist, she'd be the hottest. Like, everybody would have been on her dick. She'd have been making mad shows, doing wild songs. Yo, shit would have been hard. But because it was the way that it was and how the shit panned out with the dude and the producing and everything and basically her doing it all on her own, the shit kind of hit the fan. But if this was Disney's work, nah, yeah, she'd have been up there.
Saturday, peaking at number 55 on the Billboard Hot 100. Some felt this was a positive way for her to jab back and embrace the jokes. However, others looked at this as a mere desperate attempt to gain attention, which resulted in more memes and a resurgence of bullying. And as a result, she finally decided it was time to step away. So there came a point where everybody that I was working with, management, all of that, I let go of all of them. And I just stopped. My parents and I agreed I'm going to go back to high school. Yet again, Rebecca had the foresight to recognize how this was all not going to play out in her favor. People feeling sorry for you is not a good way to build a fan base. Nor can you just jam music down people's throats. So instead of continuing to do that, she spent time figuring out how to write her own music and put in the 10,000 hours to discover her inner artist.
Just as I started to grow into like adolescent version of me, music became the thing that really changed my life and saved my life in a lot of ways.
I didn't even know she was still making music.
That was something that I knew I had to dive into myself without other opinions. So when I graduated high school, I moved up and I just started writing, and I wrote a lot of bad songs, like a lot. I had to go through that in order to.
Every artist has to go
really
through that.
Learn.
Like there's only few artists who is like real life prodigy. Like they just started making music and the shit just popped off. For me, like there's not a lot of artists that do that. So most artists, they gotta go through that them trials and tribulations of making terrible music and putting bad music out, because you gotta know what people fuck with. You never gonna know what people fuck with if you don't put the shit out. So it's like you gotta go through that.
Learn the repetition and also learn that like if I'm ever gonna do this in a way that is meaningful and good, I have to trust that I have something to say, which is like artist 101.
She re-entered the game with a significant social media following, who remained open-minded towards her new music. In the summer of 2016, Rebecca released the song titled The Great Divide, her first release of new material in almost 3 years. It reached number 23 on the US dance charts, but that would unfortunately be her last song to make the charts. Every year since 2016, she kept her foot on the gas, dropping multiple songs per year and experimenting with various genres, refusing to give up on this dream. Then, in a dramatic twist of fate, the very song that once destroyed her, she was able to rewrite its history and catapult a resurgence in her career. In 2021, to commemorate the 10th anniversary of her infamous debut, Rebecca Black released a hyperpop remix of Friday, produced by Dylan Brady of 100 Gex and featuring eclectic artists such as Dorian Electra, Big Freedia, and 303. The track was reimagined to a frenetic symphony of glitchy beats and warped vocals. The music video is a kaleidoscopic explosion of Y2K aesthetics with futuristic elements. She was also able to get herself a web redemption from Daniel Tosh, the man who arguably caused this virality in the first place.
Do you blame me for making people aware of the video? Or do you give us credit for making it.
I do give you credit.
Or you give us credit
all
for
the
it.
time.
We were obviously, let's not, you know, we weren't like, oh my God, this is the greatest song in the world. We were like, look at this is insanity.
I mean, it was a little bit insane.
I mean, some of the lyrics are silly.
Yeah.
Her debut studio album, Let Her Burn, received generally favorable reviews, solidifying her place in the hyperpop realm.
She did.
That's fine.
Rebecca Black made a solid little album and proved she is capable of pulling together a respectable pop record.
Recently, she performed a phenomenal Boiler Room DJ set where she showed her deep knowledge and taste for hard-hitting techno bangers, and the crowd went absolutely wild in support of her playing a Friday remix.
7 a.m. waking up in the morning, giving me fish, trying to go downstairs. Gonna have cereal, seeing everything, but time is gold.
She had two choices.
I'm not a big techno fan, but you know, that's cool. This is fire though.
Make this song ruin my
This a
life,
whole
make
little
this song
fire
make my life.
shit,
Actually
you know
mad
what I mean?
inspiring to see how she flipped the script. At first, it was funny to tease Rebecca Black, but now people recognize we were way too harsh on an innocent 7th grader who was just trying to have a fun new experience. Friday was always a bad song, and it still is. But Rebecca rewriting her narrative and earning a genuine fan base from her hard work and creative vision could be one of the most respectable redemption arcs in history.
Hey man, W video, Pat. Yeah, nah, this was a fire video. I'm not gonna lie. The whole story, I didn't even know all of this. I didn't even know that she was getting so much backlash for the song. I personally don't think the song was that bad. Like, yes, the song was bad, but I don't think it was that bad to the point where people had to drag it to this point. Like, the death threats and all that is crazy. But, yeah, I'm gonna catch y'all next video, man. It's your boy Sway. We out here. Y'all see the socials up there. Y'all know what to do.
It's that trench music. Can't feel my pain unless you've been through it. Gotta be rapping about shit that I've been doing. Rest in peace to my brothers I've been losing.